He's a former professional football player whose career has landed him in the Sports Hall of Fame. But these days, Michael Haynes is on a new mission, one that could save lives. It was in 2008 when doctors diagnosed Michael with prostate cancer, a disease that 1 in 6 men will develop. It was a diagnosis that changed Michael's life and inspired him to help others. And we are so happy to welcome Michael to Delmarva Life this afternoon to share his story with us. Michael, thank you so much. Take us back to that time when you first got the diagnosis. What was that like?
Well, fortunately, I was with my wife, and I don't think I heard anything for the next 30 minutes after the doctor said I had cancer. And really, I kind of went through a little bit of a depression. I still went to work, and I still tried to live a normal life. But I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. They said that they had caught it early. I was really lucky that they had caught it early, but I didn't really know what that meant, and I didn't know much about my chance of being a survivor. But over the next few months, I started to talk to people, and the more people I talked to, the better I felt. And when I shared my Gleason score or the information about my situation, people said, "Hey, you have reason to be optimistic. That you're lucky, you caught it early." Well, I was lucky. I was truly lucky to catch it early, finding out at a screening, and I really had no idea that it ran in my family. Now I know that prostate cancer runs in families, and because it runs in a family, you're also more likely to get it.
Right.
So after I had surgery, then I was asked by the urology care folks to be the spokesperson for the campaign. I said absolutely, because I knew so little about it. I wanted to make sure that other men were not going to be like me and be caught in the dark.
Right.
I caught it early by luck. I didn't want other men to catch it by luck that way.
Now, you had no intention in the first place of getting tested, did you?
No, actually not. It's totally by coincidence. I was there to encourage other people to get tested because I had a physical about 4 months earlier. No real reason to do it. And so that was what was the interesting part of my situation. When I got back, I called my primary care doctor. I found out that my primary care doctor had been taking blood samples, blood tests every year for my physical, and he had been monitoring my PSA. But I didn't know any of that. He never said what he was doing. I'm sure glad he was doing it, though.
So now you've made Know Your Stats your mission. Tell me about that. What's that program about?
Well, it's really about getting the information out there and making men and women more aware about some of the symptoms and the importance of catching this disease early. Much like breast cancer for women, prostate cancer, if caught early when it's treatable, can be you can have a normal life afterwards. And so the earlier you find out, the more options you have and a different kind of fight. And so that's really what we do. So, there's 4 major points that we really try to make. Is we want people to learn more about the risk of prostate cancer.
Right.
We want them to talk to their doctor about it. We want them to help us raise awareness, and we try to get them to get so much involved with this that they feel comfortable making a pledge and hopefully helping with raising funds for research for prostate cancer.
Okay, so I see you've got the football in your hand. You've got something big planned for this weekend. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, we got the Super Bowl here this weekend. I'm in New York, and 2 great teams are going to be playing. And for me, although everybody's here for football, I'm here for one reason, to get the message out. And this is one opportunity where all the press, all the football aficionados, and all the big magazines and everybody in our sport, they're all in one location. So we're here, and we're going to leave here a little bit later today and go over to the media center and walk around and talk to folks and talk to educating players, and hopefully through the help of people like you, get a chance to encourage men to know more about this disease, because the symptoms, a lot of people will say they didn't have any symptoms. That's what I would say. Right. But once you get educated and you talk to a lot of guys about it, you realize that maybe there's more to learn, and there's other things going on that maybe you are seeing symptoms, and you just need to be aware of it.
Because you don't know what you don't know. Thank you so much for spending time with us this afternoon, Michael. Appreciate that very much. Before I let you go, you got a Manning jersey there, you got a Wilson jersey there. Who do you think is going to be holding the trophy when it's all said and done?
Well, Jimmy, it's kind of funny. Both these teams used to be in the AFC West when I was on the Raiders.
Yeah.
And I played against both these teams twice a year, and we hated each other. They were really, really great football games. But one of them is now in the NFC, and one's still in the AFC. And so because I played my entire career in the AFC, I root for the AFC. And so I love Seattle, though. So, you know, I hate feeling like a homer kind of guy or a guy not, you know, sitting on the fence. But I go up to Seattle every year and play in a golf tournament up there. They welcome me with open arms. And for a former Raider player, that's a little odd. You know, I think it's going to be a great game, but I have to root for the AFC because that's what I always do.
And there's Michael's call. Michael, thank you so much for spending some time this afternoon with us. Great stuff to know. Now, if you'd like to join the team and sign the pledge to tackle prostate cancer, all you have to do is go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab. Well, Michael shared his story with us. Up next on Delmarva Life, we're going to learn more about prostate cancer. We're going to find out how you can lessen your risk on developing the disease and why some cases may not need treatment at all. Plus, another round of winter weather means dangerous roads all over Delmarva. Would you know what to do if you were in an accident? There's so many things you got to keep in mind, and our friends from State Farm are here to help. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.